Hey everybody, sorry I am late. Usually this is a special needs chat, parenting chat on Wednesdays. I have done something to my lower back and I fell asleep after taking Tylenol with my regular fibromyalgia medicine. I fell asleep right on my lazy boy couch. So sorry about that. Those things happen, but I'm here now. Uh, Today I did get good news, but I was so exhausted that I couldn't even work on the good news. So I'll have that for you guys on Friday. Anything new as far as special needs parenting? I've yet to get in touch with somebody. Dolores, let me know about who runs a special needs group and is a professional. Just the timing hasn't worked out because of me being sick. And also, she likes to talk after 5 o'clock. And after 5 o'clock is when my house gets it's kind of busiest. It's like when everybody comes home and comes through the door and it's dinner time and everything else. If you are watching this on the replay, please hit the like, and I thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, it costs you nothing to subscribe. I would appreciate that subscription and just checking out maybe some of my shorts. I'm a little bit of everything on this channel. I'm a I have fibromyalgia, chronic pain condition that I've had for over 10 years. I've survived that. And I've been even an art teacher for over 20 years. I had my sorry about that, my Florida teaching certificate for art, K through 12. I taught in the school system for about 9 years, came home and homeschooled, and now we fostered to adopt 10 years ago, a little bit less, maybe 3 months less than 10 years. And we've been going through that adventure now, while our other daughter, who I homeschooled through her high school years and into her specialty that was aesthetics. She got her aesthetics certificate and graduated actually top of her class at her beauty school that she went to. She, got all kinds of little awards and stuff from the school. They just adored her. She was a very hard worker, just like I used to be before I got sick. My friend, who I have actually, Diva in the Dirt, she is just, I call her a tornado, because even with her issues that she has with chronic pain, she's able to she's like a whirlwind. I think having this little one kind of takes the wind out some days. And then right now, the wind is knocked out because my sciatic nerve is just really inflamed. So it's not, I don't mean to make it sound it's just today's day is difficult. So it's not always this way. We have great times too. And he makes great strides. He recently just started reading, which I never thought I'd see, or decoding. They call it decoding. He can look at words and he can kind of read the words to me. He'll read the words and then he'll go for the one he doesn't really know, or if he wants to rush through the page, which is kind of common from early readers. But he's attempting, and I'm grateful. He actually picked up his favorite nighttime book and read it before I got the chance, because I was taking too long one night doing, something around the house. But other than that, right now I stayed home with him. I'm not able to get out and garden right now because this is our hottest season, which is really strange because you northerners are getting hotter weather than I am, and yet your gardens are in. So it's kind of interesting to watch, but I don't know if it's a different kind of heat and microclimate that you're dealing with. But yeah, hats off to you guys, especially you guys in like zones 8 and 9. Hey, thank you. Yes. I don't pray for that too often though, Mr. Arthur. Hey, Bam It with Arthur Butler, because yeah, it brings more trials. I'm like, God, I don't need any more trials, but could I just have some more of that patience? I'd really like more patience. But yeah, it requires a lot of endurance too. Well, yeah, I am not outside right now too, because he will rip things up. So I have to do my gardening when my husband is at home and he's spending time with daddy. It is, right? It's super hot out there, and I'm hearing complaints of the heat all the way up, like really far up. Like Virginia is really suffering too. And the gardeners in a lot of states that you wouldn't think are just like 10, I'm getting reports from Tennessee that it is just the hottest summer in a long time. I'm sorry about missing your live last night. That I was actually laying down during that one too. So sorry about that, Arthur. I wanted to make it. I made a little bit of stays. Hers was after yours at the very end. I caught a little bit of hers, but I wanted to come in and peek on your lives. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. I think last night, right on Tuesdays. Is that every Tuesday that you're on? Because definitely want to promote that. You are a wealth of knowledge, and so is your wife. But yeah, I was basically just going to have a free for all, but I think everybody is kind of, wiped out Wednesday kind of describes it because of the heat. Everybody's just wiped out, and then we're having these solar storms. Great. Thank you for putting that in the side chat. 10 p.m. every Tuesday. Try and um, I'll try and pin that below once I end the live. I'll put it below. But yeah, I understand. Like it's no worry. Thank you. Because yeah, we all have our schedules and they're crazy and we all have our things going on. But the other thing we do have going on is my mom had passed away. It'll be 2 years in October. And we had to hurry up and empty out. Hey, pescatarian gardener. Hey, Sarah. How are you feeling? Right? I thought so too. It's usually, special needs parenting mixed with a little bit of my chronic pain sufferers, mixed with my gardeners. Um, but wiped out Wednesday, it's just everybody is just succumbing to the heat. But anyway, what I was saying was we had to empty out the storage unit that we had for her, which was we brought in some of her furniture already. Because I was her caregiver for her last 3 years of life. Oh, hey, Diva, what a nice surprise. Actually, I need to, all y'all, I trust. So let me, for when you come in, then that way my other friends know that you are trusted. This does not mean that you have to do anything with this, but it allows you to share um, your links and everything, and it lets my other moderators know that you've been in here before and or that I know you from the YouTube streets. There we go. So that way you guys can share, your links because I don't have, the thing that you have set up, Diva. I can never think of him. Nightbot. Yeah. So anyway, I have all these things that I have got to still organize. And I was even saying to my daughter this morning, like, hey, I want you to let me know what you really want to keep because I've really got to start getting some of these, things out of the house. Because I mean, there's things that are definite keepsakes, but I was so close to my mom and dad that it's like I would keep everything, but we just don't have all the. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I know you will. We don't have the space, and honestly, she didn't go through it. She was taking care of my dad, so she didn't go through it, and she was beyond that by the time they made their move to PA. Hey, girl, dad, cooking up deliciousness. I'm just wondering how everybody else is doing with this heat, and how their plants are. I couldn't believe that you're in the hundreds and you still had plants surviving, girl, dad. I saw that. That was like crazy. Because usually only our tropicals are surviving in weather like that. But we also are usually getting rain. That's another thing. We are not getting rain. And, it just shows you that the weather is really wacky because this is a subtropical climate. This is a tropical climate, even considered rainforest. I've gotten hardly any rain since spring started, which is very uncommon. Yeah, I try to ease along. Thank you. How can I ask Sarah how long it's been for you? Because it's October, it'll be 2 years. The first year I started to, and then I was like, you know what? No. I can't even do anything this first year other than, maybe put some of the things on display that, were maybe my great grandmother's. I have the blue dishes, which were always meant to go to me. I have the blue depression glass. And so I was able to actually get a china cabinet for free, which I was really happy about. But I have like furniture on every wall of this house between my mom's stuff and my son. Little kids come with a lot. And then special needs little kids come with double usually because you can't get rid of some of the toys that would be considered younger because they're still playing with them and learning from them. Oh, what you make? Good for you. Pescatarian. The Italians used to make just super simple sauce when I worked at an Italian bakery, and I knew the family for a few years. And we would sit back there, and they didn't grow their tomatoes. They would bring in, canned Italian whole tomatoes that were already peeled. And it would be that garlic, basil, olive oil, and I think it was basically a little salt. They added maybe some hot pepper flake to kick it up a little bit, but it was very simple sauce. And it was delicious. Like it was amazing how delicious that could be. Like, of course, the tomatoes were crushed in different, like chunky, or blended it so it was, smooth if you want it smooth. Oh wow, okay. So yeah. Yeah, my dad went first. And yeah, about that for dad. I have the opposite. Dad about 6 and mom almost 2. Yes, free is all. I was so surprised she did it. Hey GT, how you doing? You recovering from that? That, like, we call them IMAX movies down here, 4K experience. That was so neat to hear you describing that. I wonder if I went and saw that with my daughter or one similar a while back. I'm not sure if it was out for a while. Yeah, free 99 is the best. I know and I remember, like, I never liked how much George Carlin cursed in, like, his com comedy, but he was so smart. And I remember he did have this whole thing about stuff. Then we buy houses to fit our stuff. And we gather more stuff, so we have to buy a bigger house to fit all that stuff. It's like, that's so true. But I don't want to do that. I want to clean out. Doing great, thanks. Yes, it's heat. It's ridiculous. It's 106 today. Wow, 106. Wow. Yeah, I'd like to hear about that. You pescatarian, you gonna do did you do a video on your sauce? Or was this just like the first time going around? You want to see if it turned out good before you put it up. GT. I guess since you guys, let's see, who else? J3 is probably busy. I was if he was gonna pop in or not. Yeah, 9 years for a spouse. God bless you, Diva. Now represent. Yeah, you can now do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you're fine. No pressure. That wasn't, hey, the bug files. I'm a little bit like not in my full presence yet. My ADHD thing just went wee disengaged for a second. Well, some of Diva knows because I told her already, but I did get to my 3,000 hours. So thank you very much for those of you who were helping me do that. I so appreciate that. I still have so much to do. And today I told Diva too that, or Maureen, my friend Maureen, I just couldn't. It was a wiped out Wednesday. I needed to take it slow. And she sent me this great video of new stretches that I had not tried before. I usually know quite a few of the stretches for sciatic nerve pain. Thanks, Sarah. Woo! It just feels so underwhelming right now because I still have so much to do. Yeah, and I know Diva did tell me to set up my account, and I just forgot because that's me. That's me. I forget. got a lot going on. In fact, right before this started, I had made popcorn, and because I put it in 2 bowls instead of 1, somebody decided to pour it all over the place. Not me. So there's it. Um, but yeah, I just did these stretches, and one of them was you put a pillow right under, like, your lower half of your belly, and you lay on a bed, and you put your knees off the bed facing down towards the ground, your feet out, like you're just on the end of the bed. Sure, it would look really great to my husband if he walked in. But what it does is it takes that pressure off the lower spine and it decompresses it. And I was like, why have I never seen this stretch before? This is fantastic. The only problem is I'm height challenged and our bed is a little high. I mean, it's a little low, and I had to like get that pillow action just right. But thank you, Diva. That really helped. It really did. And so yeah, pretty soon hopefully I'll be able to celebrate. Because I honestly didn't see your message till after I called my doctor's office to have them call him at his summer house and let him know like I might need steroid. And I didn't have to take it last time. They sat in there. So yeah. Oh no, you don't have to be reminding me. You got enough going on. I just I need a notebook to keep track of my notebooks because like everybody's like, "Oh, just write it down in a notebook." Okay. Um sometime I have to. Here, I'll just right here right next to me. Hold on, let me see if I can do it. I don't know if I can. Some of these are empty though. I've got like notebook. There's a yellow one down there. Notebook. Like I do the notebook thing, but then I forget which notebook I was using, or I put it down and forget about the notebook completely because that's just that's just like not even most of it right here, and they're in little spots in the house. It's just the creative. Some of it is just being a creative too. Notebook. Exactly. That's what happens. I put it down and I don't remember where I put it, or then I just forget exactly where it is. And then I saw this guy who actually has this account for ADHD, and he says, I need a notebook to keep track of all my notebooks. Oh, really, Sarah? Oh, how funny. So it's actually quite common. Okay. All right. I don't feel so bad now. But yeah. So just remembering to do the day-to-day stuff and prioritizing is a challenge right now. And I think that's anybody who's dealing with chronic pain. And then if you are still like being a caretaker, or, you have a little one, it just adds another dimension to things. And I have a little one, and my daughter still isn't quite driving. Processes are a little difficult for her. So remembering all the processes involved in driving is what is kind of holding her back a bit among friends. I know. Let's just say no to notebooks. I've got to remember it somehow. I've thought of a whiteboard, but I think I don't like them. I don't have a wall where I want to put one up and have it be seen. Plus, then the markers go missing with the little one. Yes. Oh, not to, well, no, not no to buying them, but no to using them, right? We should know that it just doesn't work for us right now. We should know by now. I do love using them. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'll get on a kick and oh, yeah, this is okay. I'm going to totally remember this. And then, nope. Is that you think that's appropriate for us? I think it is right now with all the heat. Welcome in, Johnny. I hope everything's going well. But yeah, even just working on like a new project for I want to do for my garden, it's like I wrote that down somewhere. Or I even spoke it into that app that now I can't find on my phone that Diva told me about. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? Yeah, I used to love to write too. The problem is going back and remembering that I wrote it down. Like, my thing is I'm an external processor. So I'm either talking about it or I'm writing it out, and it helps me think better. But then once it's out, and my brain is like shift. It's almost like Tetris. It's like once it's out, it shifts out completely instead of it going down to the bottom and finding its spot. It's when it drops down. It's like, oh, you've got that line made and it drops down. Like it was like I never wrote it down before. I do not know what that's about. It's so not fair. Shawnee's saying hey to everybody. Shawnee, how's your rain catchment going? Are you guys getting any kind of rain? Your rain garden, I mean? Not rain catchment. It was a rain, I think rain garden is what you called it. I'm sure it's probably a more complicated name than that, but it basically is for the low-lying areas of your property. We have, um, I'm gonna have to get out there and water pretty soon. I've got to see if my husband's been turning on the sprinklers or not. We did, it look like have he might have turned them on out front because there was actually moisture on the grass this morning, but we hadn't had any rain. There's a combine running next. Oh, okay. Okay. I wish I knew sign language and you did too, and I could just sign it. Oh, oh, uh-oh. That sounds like me. Oh no. Okay, Diva. Thank you for coming in. You too, sweetheart. Oh, cool. Cool, Passamaquoddy. You get to see me in all my I need a shower and a rest glory. Thank you for watching though, sweet friend. Oh my gosh, you sound just like me. Although I usually would remember people coming because I would fret about it all day. It would like keep me from doing things. Oh, much love. Remember things that I write on paper better than. Yeah, I do too. I have to say I do. I mean, I don't totally always forget what I write down. That's why I write it down. I just really need I want to put up my what used to be my parents' home. I have the old chalkboard, but chalkboards aren't healthy really. But then they have those chalk pens now that you can use that are a little bit better. Which we'll probably find out down the road or not. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need the extra hours still for sure. Yes, enjoy your company. I hope you have a lovely time. Um, but I have an old slate chalkboard and I would love to put it somewhere. Finding the spot I think is near the garage is where I'd like to have it on the way out. But that spot is right next to Malachi's, what will be Malachi's room again. So, no, like just when you think you find somewhere to hang something that will help you, like, nope, that won't work out because he might hang on it because it has the old, like area where you could put the little erasers and the chalk on it. So it's got a ledge where you could just pull down on it. But I need definitely something like that so I can start getting back on track. If I ever was, I used to be before all of the caregiving and stuff started. But yeah, I named it Wiped Out Wednesday, and it was really going to be an open forum, but I think everybody is kind of wiped out. Like usually, I've got Barry coming in and oh, how cool you're. Oh, all right. Yeah, I want to know how that goes. Let me see. Let me type it in case that thing is still next to her. And I'm sure she will let us know how it goes. There. I'm doing both. um, I wish sometimes the lives would go like speech to text so you could have it down below, even like a closed caption for people, because I've wanted that sometimes where there's a live I want to watch, but there's a lot going on here sound wise, and I could really benefit from that, closed captioning. Since they listen anyway, the AI is listening anyway, might as well give us some closed captioning. Just saying. Just a thought, YouTube people who are listening right now. Closed caption the lives, please. That would be very, very helpful and probably make you even more money. Probably not. They want, you know, us to turn on. That's the other thing now. I'm going to have to make decisions on ads because it is ad revenue when you get to that 4,000 hours, which I don't like a lot of ads on my stuff when I watch it. So I don't want to do that to people, but that's the way AdSense works. So I did read though, it's only about like for 1,000 views, you can make up to about $30, like $10 to $30. And it depends on your genre that you're in and some other things like the advertisers that you get on your videos. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I always said that I wasn't necessarily going to do this unless I had a side business that I could divert it to. And here I am doing it because, like, Diva made it sound so exciting. I'm going to blame her. Diva made it sound so exciting. So I finally decided to do it. Um, but I mean, it can end up being like a small stream of income or even a large one, depending on how well your channel goes. I just need to be able to put out more content and get more concentrated on that content. And not more content, I shouldn't say it like that. Valuable. I need time to shoot valuable content. And it seems like that time to shoot it never shows up in my life or it gets interrupted. Like, or I have an audio issue where my sound is, this has happened twice now where the sound is completely wiped out. Like either it didn't go through the camera, which I was so excited to use like the Canon M50 and like everybody, the creators all had them back then. And I can't figure out how the mic set up to, and maybe my mic is even messed up that I got with the kit, but I shot a whole video for David the Good and you can't hear anything. There's no audio. Well, I was like shooting with a new, this one, and it was working pretty nice. I actually have to say for an inexpensive little mic, it was working pretty well, like a little Chinese lavalier. It was working really well until it just stopped and it didn't give you a warning. Yes, thank you very much. Exactly. Right? Yes, that's exactly what happens to me, Sarah. I forgot, like, or I'll forget, or the worst is when you double press your button by accident. You don't even realize you go. Okay. Oh, thanks for popping in on your break, Pescatarian Gardener. Appreciate you. You too, Pescatarian Gardener. And always feel free to like drop your link, but I think most of us in here know you. Movie type is called 4DX, the coolest. Oh, that's awesome. I think we might have seen it in the IMAX. And I don't know if it was called 4DX, but I remember like things blowing on me. And I do remember like a toot smell, like in part of it. I think it was but I don't think it was like it might have been the second Minions. I don't even know what they're up to now, GT. I'm not really sure. But it might have been the second one. I just remember like there was parts where it was like you felt like it was a ride, that you were on a ride where they were moving up and down and through things. And it was crazy. Yeah, I just started doing that. And I'm like, am I my mother? Have I turned into my mom? And then thank God Maureen told me too that on iPhones there's this when you go to, let me see if I can get it. Oh yeah, of course my phone's not recognizing me now too. But when you go to film on video, there's, I don't know if I can show it. There's like a little man right there. And you want to make sure you turn him yellow, at least on mine. Let me see. Come on, blur. There we go. You turn them yellow because then that's called action mode and it gives you more of a still shot. No, I can't see him. Oh, I'm not on that side. Aw. Let me see. Try again. Let me see. Oh gosh, I look fantastic on the YouTube side. Not at all. Ah. StreamYard gives me a like much better look. All right, try you know what? It's not even, it's way, way back. Let me see if I can get it to go forward on the YouTube side. Huh. No, I don't see anything. That's so weird. I didn't see it on StreamYard side either. I didn't see, yeah, I don't know what happened. It doesn't show it on the StreamYard side though, I don't think. But thank you. Appreciate it. I yeah, I'm so lost as to how this next step will be. Like now that yeah, where are they? I'm so like, do I need to be on YouTube side to see it? Like I don't know. Also, why this is not set up right because it's supposed to be mirror my camera. It's not. I just went over to YouTube side. It's not mirroring my camera. Maybe I should unclick it so it's the other way. Let me see. I'm going to check it now and see if it fixed it. Nope, it didn't. Oh yeah, there. Okay. I guess it's a little bit more like my StreamYard, what I'm looking at. I don't know. It's so crazy. Whatever. I'll get the hang of it. And I do have hair. It's just the blurring out of my like all my stuff on my kitchen table, even though that's real life. Here, maybe if I tilt it this way, I can turn off the blur because that's bothering me. Let me turn off the blur. That's in the background. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, in StreamYard, you have virtual backgrounds. Like I could be at the beach right now. Even without a green screen, it can work, which is crazy. But yeah, it's crazy. But there's the actual. I think I want to go back to the beach. I'm going to go back to the beach. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll do that because then that way, if I show you anything, you can actually see it. And this is so weird because it feels opposite. There, whatever. There's all my junk. It's really just my paintbrushes. That black thing is my camera that I need to learn how to use. I know I should go back to tropical paradise, but then I have like no hair. It totally cuts off the little bit of hair I have. I've started to get back on my B complex vitamins. Maybe it'll start growing again. Hey, cool gamer. My hair used to grow so fast. I don't know what is going on. Hold on 1 second. I wanted to ask you guys too. Do you think like flies just spawn out of midair? Because I just saw one fly around that wasn't here before, and suddenly it is. Did not have my doors or windows open at all, and suddenly I just saw some fly around me. And I just killed one that had come into the house because flies when they land on stuff throw up on it to dissolve it, which is gross, and then they slurp it up. So yeah, anytime you see a fly land on something, that's what they're doing. That's why I can't stand flies like at picnics. They gross me out. It's like science, yay! Sometimes you wish you didn't know that much about it. Well, I'm gonna drop the link. I have a little bit of time. If anybody wants to come up and just chit chat, you are more than welcome. My usual side chat folks. I know. And if not, that's okay too. I mean, I really meant it. Like Wiped Out Wednesday is the perfect name for today. I have a heating pad. Actually, I need to put it behind my back. I have like my 1970s heating pad right there. Can't believe it's still running. But this thing held together better than the newer one that I bought off of Amazon. I bought one of those like full back ones. It might have actually, let me not blame Amazon. It might have been from Walgreens. But it's one of those full back ones. I was so excited. Yeah. When you swat one fly. Right? What is that? They just spawn out of anger. They just are like, yeah, they're like gremlins, except for like wetting. It's not water. It's just if you start swatting, it start replicating. Oh, your kitten is sleeping? Yeah. Well, I gave her kind of a haircut, so now she looks like half of what she once was. Our puppy's sitting here sleeping next to us. She's not really a puppy. She's 10. She's our little rescue. Yeah. You okay? Sorry. Did I disturb you? She wasn't really sleeping. She's just resting. She took a nap with me. Hi. Want another kiss? She'll do this thing sometimes when I kiss her because she'll go, I get all excited. Poor thing's on heart medication. That's what that is. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's got the cough from her heart murmur. Oh, thank you. We got her as a rescue. She looked like a Yorkie, and we wanted like a small dog. And we ran down there. And when she's standing up, she looks more like, I don't know if you know the dog, a Whippet. She kind of looks like a Whippet. They had her all shaved, so she looked like a Whippet. I was like, only reason I knew this was the dog we saw was her eyes. I was like, this is her. I have to save energy for the bee meeting tonight. Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Yes, let sleeping kittens sleep. That's usually Barry's got the cats going. They're usually riled up at night and, showing us cat butts on his thing, on his lives. And yeah, and when he comes up on other people's lives, it's like not really an official live with my friends if Barry's there and one of his cats don't come up and turn around and show their butt. That's Storm's Readers and Cats. I'm usually over there on Sunday night at 9:30. I go over with him and just hang out because I usually can't go on a panel on Sunday night. Um, Sometimes, but not always. I'm usually wiped out. By the time Diva and I do our really pretty long lives on Friday night and Saturday, I am spent on Sunday. Plus, we're getting ready for the early Monday morning because I take my daughter to work and we're up by 7, which I know for farm people is nothing. Like they get up with the crack of dawn. Um, for somebody who's been a night owl all her life, it's that's flipped my schedule, but it was the best thing ever because oh really? She's part whippet, so you know what a whippet is. And it was funny because the guy there at bothering me. The guy at the rescue, he just worked there, I think, in maintenance. And I was like, what do you think she is? And he goes, I think she looks a little bit like a whippet. I'm like, yeah, I think so too. Because she's got the really long body. And then when her tail was shaved, it had that little, you know, look to it too. But she is such a sweet, gentle dog. The hardest part was, hey, oh yeah, it's so great. Thank you. I know I didn't get to come over and see you guys. I fell asleep in my lazy boy. Like when you're so wiped out that it's like, oh my, I feel, oh, and you check, make sure, the kid didn't do anything. Like I still got to go check the other toilet to make sure it's, nothing's in it. And I don't mean like, pee or poop. I mean like, something that could ruin my sewer system. I did one of those. Jamie, oh, Jamie, I will never ask you to show me how to move our trunks again because, yeah, I got to do nice, slow, maybe leg movements for, those dance challenges. I need the easy dance challenges. Maybe just, hand motion dance challenges. nothing like eating like you shouldn't and then trying to do moves like your body hasn't done in like 20 years. My 20-year-old me on the inside needs to settle down. Actually, no, she keeps me young. This is driving me crazy because I never know where to look. And it's like, I don't know where to look during live. Okay, there's my camera. But if I'm looking here, I can't watch side chat. But if I look down and I'm looking at side chat and looking here, my eyes are all over the place. Oh, is it her birthday? She's a July baby too. I didn't know that. I'm July baby. And Malachi too. He just had it He just had his birthday. Yeah, he was the 15th. I'm the 30th. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, I was planning on coming to visit tomorrow anyway because it's Thankful Thursday. Right? I know. The brain forgets the outside of us is no longer that age. It's like for some reason the brain logs and all these things and experiences we've been through, but it's like it doesn't log it in the same time zone. I don't know how to explain it. Like totally different. But yeah. Oh, was he? Oh, happy birthday to your son. Yeah, Malachi just turned double digits, and I had a moment when I got him his birthday card, and like it was right there in front of me, like, oh, congratulations, joining the double digit crew or something. And looking at those cards, I'm like, oh my goodness, what? Never gonna be a single digit anymore, my baby. But maybe I'll get more sleep because of that. I don't know. That's the bright side. I just miss when he was little and he was easy to maneuver a little bit around, like really little, and I could just put him in my little front pack. We could walk around places and, you know, just easier pocket size children. At a certain point, when he was a baby, he was not easy and he didn't sleep. But once he got to a little bit older, we fattened him up a little bit. It was definitely easier to take him with us places. But long distance travel, you could always add on another 5 hours in the car, just about. Miss T with T. Hey, lady. Oh, thank you. Yep, happy birthday to the July birthday. Good to see you. I'm sorry I saw you had a premiere. I was accidentally sleeping. I think that's like a sign of I don't know, I'm getting old because every time I seem to eat carbs, like I made fried eggs and I had made the potatoes. I had some good organic potatoes and I didn't want to go bad, so I fried them up yesterday. Not like really fried, but put them in the oven baked them up really with some onions. And so I had some of those today with my eggs. After my belly was full, I was like, I got to call the doctor. Called the doctor. And no joke, after I got that settled, got him set, he was fed, he's fine. I was like, let me just put this heating pad on my back and like kick back the, you know, lazy boy. I'm out. I'm like, wake up. And I'm like, fell asleep. Oh, good. I'm glad. And I love that. I realized that too about your short with the men words. Yeah. I used to tease my husband about that. I was like, don't you notice that all these things start with men? It's not just me, the men that start these things. You have to go see Miss T's shorts, see what I'm talking about. And they used to put us in mental institutions because what? Oh, we might be having like a heart attack, or they were just ready to have another wife, which was lovely back in the day because women couldn't have a heart attack. Thank God for education. I will say that. Like, thank God they know now. Like, yes, we can have heart attacks too. No lie detected. And that's no cap. It's the young kids say. What? Hun? Oh, right now you need some? Hold on 1 second. I just got to get my little man a water. He just asked for some. Okay. Hopefully he won't spit it places. Now you can see all my junk. There it is. All my stuff. See, if you have things piled on your kitchen table, I do not want you to feel bad right now. This is actually to encourage you. I do too. And it's okay. I'm letting you know on this wiped out Wednesday, it's okay. It will get taken care of. The other half is clear that you cannot see. So, just know that too, that I don't have it all piled up. I am working on it. Okay. See you in a minute or a second or whatever. There we go. I hope you all found that encouraging. But I did get it's so funny that it you can't see the half that is cleared off. You see the half that is still loaded with stuff. I have Pyrex dishes on there too because I really don't know what to do with Pyrex now. Like I've heard good and bad. I've heard that they've tested it a lot and the outside is lead. It's got a lot of lead because of the colors, which I know as a former potter, that's very true. There's a lot of heavy metals in glazes that people don't realize, and I definitely don't wanna be throwing some lead in the cookies I'm making, but those are replicas of the same bowls, like, that my mom used when we were younger. Oh my gosh. She used those when we were younger. That that could explain a lot about the memory loss, now I'm thinking about it. Sarah, did your mom have, like, those Pyrex bowls too? Just saying, just wondering. But yeah, I think they're beautiful. Like I still wanted to get the primary colors and put them somewhere, but I just might do it for looks and like shellac the outsides and none of that comes out like or off and just put it up like I have right there. That's my great grandmother's um picture from from oh my goodness. It's like the Art Deco how do you say it? The they call it Depression glass era. I had my mom's also the small Pyrex bowl. She had the primary color and never knew what happened to the 2 in between, but we always had the smallest one, the blue one, and we had the yellow. Well, my sister took the yellow bowl. What's interesting is like that was why she came back on the scene was, my parents were old enough to where she thought she was gonna just get everything. You okay? Take a sip of your water. Go slow. Thank you. Um, Oh, you have okay, that's fine. Yeah, and those are like you gotta watch the letters to know which ones are safe now, I've heard, because the newer ones can shatter. They're not as, they can go into like a thermal shock when you take them out of the oven, the new ones, but the old ones are fine because it's a different type of glass. I guess it's, uh, I can see the word, but I can't say it. Borosilicate or something like that glass, where the other one is not. I'll have to look at it again. But these are the what I'm talking about is the ones that are glazed with the milk glass. Yeah, they're tempered. It's a tempered glass, but it's also a whole different type of chemistry that makes up the new Pyrex, like a whole different type of glass. Or a silic was the old one. I'm sitting here on a computer and I'm like guessing. Um, New Pyrex glass versus old. But I love Pyrex. It's just the older stuff before we knew about, the dangers of lead and everything. The bright colors were made with heavy metals. Okay. If it's all caps Pyrex, it's vintage, made of borosilicate. That's what I was trying to remember. Borosilicate. If it's lowercase Pyrex, it's new and it's made with soda lime. But in Europe, of course, Pyrex is still made of borosilicate. I don't understand what is it about stuff in the United States. Sometimes I feel like, trashy, classy, like us, like we're like the trashy, and then over there, in Europe, it's like the classy. We get to keep the borosilicate glass. That's how you tell what I just said. You look underneath and you look at the lettering. It should be, all in caps is the vintage. Lowercase is the newer, is how you can tell. And the thing is there's tons of patterns. There's like this Amish pattern, and I don't remember what it's called, but it's in the colors that I love, and I almost got it just to because I need more stuff, of course. I mean, I've got it everywhere, but obviously I need more that matches my stuff. Like if it matches that's the key to stuff. If you make it match, then you can have as much as you want. I think that's the rule. But it has this really pretty blue, and they go for like some like resale on those goes for a pretty good penny. But Barry from Storms, Radios, and Cats too turned me on to the Goodwill on eBay, like some of their sales, and they had tons of Pyrex that was on there. But that was the same problem. Like if they're not showing you the lettering on the bottom, it could be just a newer version tuck, and that's what I want to be able to see is if it's the old set or a new set. But really, maybe the replica, if they're putting out replicas of the colored, like the primary colors and those, they would be safer, I would think, I would hope. Because I mean, even back in the day, we used to have the watches, remember, that glowed in the dark, and the poor women who used to apply that to the watches, like all of them died. They all died from radiation poisoning. I'm pretty sure it was the watch girls. They painted their nails with the stuff, and it was radioactive isotopes that they were using. I think a lot of us have seen that story. It was so sad. Radioactive paint. Let me see, on watches. Yeah, on watches. And they were the first ones, and it shows them painting themselves till well into the 60s. The luminous dials of wristwatches and alarm clocks were marked with luminous paints containing radium and promethium. These kind of watches are no longer manufactured today. So even your old, if you have like granddaddy's watch that is glow in the dark, you got a radioactive watch, which is crazy because if you take it across the border, I'm wondering if the radioactive, if they'll pick up on it. Because we watched those shows about smuggling, and this guy had cancer in his private places, and he had part of his private places removed. He was still radioactive. The radioactive sensors went off, and they had to pull him out. He goes, "This is the second time it's happened. I'm pretty sure it's just me." He's like, "But you guys go ahead and check." And he explained his story. I found used but good cast iron. Yes. Yeah, which is also radioactive, I'm pretty sure. The Vaseline glass. Is that what you're talking about? I'm pretty sure. I love the look of it, but again, I'm pretty sure that they used radioactive isotopes in some of that glassware that just has that beautiful glow, like the watches, which is like crazy to think about. But yeah, what was interesting, and I didn't know this, was if you're heading over, this is the Laredo Bridge, but they do it on other, entrances into the US. They have sensors for radioactive products that people might be bringing in so we don't get, a radioactive bomb coming across. And seeing it be that sensitive to even pulling over somebody who had radioactive treatment on, a cancer was incredible. It was like, wow, okay. So some of our systems are up and working. I need a little good news. Yeah, I don't. Okay, here. I'll give you guys just a brief, real quick. Okay, so all up there behind me is loaded. That's the Princess crystal that was in my milk glass. That cross was from our daughter, which is my stepdaughter. But then I have a lusterware pitcher that was my great grandmother's. Then you pan over here, and in here I have like some Bavarian pottery, like a hot chocolate set they used to call it, like porcelain set. Then I have the stuff that I got for my wedding because this is stuff that I got like from my mom. This was before they moved up to PA. That was the set. She told us to choose certain things. Right here in the center, you can barely see it. It's this brownish. That's my great grandfather's pickle jar off the farm in New York. It's fallen apart, but it was right from his farm, so I've kept it. And beside it, a girlfriend of mine who I helped her move, she gave me 2 milk glass. They're really pretty. They're hobnail vases. But then here, I'll bring you guys over. Well, there's a little show and tell of my messy house. Just might have to blank out certain parts. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, so I only take you. Hold on, I'm not plugged in. Take that out. I need my earbuds in. I think we're set. Yes, we're mobile. Okay. So, my big mess. Hold on one second. Get you there. I'm going to bring you over to the cabinet. Let me see if I can even, I don't know if I can turn the light on so you guys can see it better. Doing show and tell. All right. No, the light's not. Somebody unplugged it. Oh, no, he turned off the strip. Now, this is messy because I just saw it looks like my son might have got it a little bit messy. All right. So, what's going to be behind me? I'll tell you. This is the blue, the depression glass is from my great grandmother. All that, little fish dishes and everything. And those were the sets that we would eat with. And even this she made in like her pottery class at the nursing home that she lived out her life. It was like a combination, 55 and over of that time in Philadelphia. And so, yeah, I have all that glassware, which this I definitely want to hold on to. And I don't want to get, a whole bunch of other things. Trying to think if there's anything else in here. But like I have some things that I thrifted, like down here. These are Royal Dalton. I need to sell those. And there's some kind of, I think this is porcelain from England in the back and a chintz pattern in the back. Those are things like that I got from my mother. Oh, up here is their little Limoges from when they went to France. Like I have all these things that I need to find out what my daughter really wants to keep. And then once I know that, here, I'm going to turn this off again. The rest of the house is like a disaster. But once I know that, then I'll know how to clean out my house a little bit better. Hey, Darthax, welcome in. Yes, lowercase. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Came in at a perfect time. Welcome in. But my Pyrex is mostly original. And then I have the old from the 1990s blue, like anchor hocking bowls, that the mixing bowls that were like some of my first mixing bowls when my husband and I got together. The county. Oh, cool. They have a radiation sniffing vehicle. I wonder if we have one. I want to look that up. Yeah, that's exactly how they spell it. Thanks, Darthax. Yeah, it's good to know for resale because you've got to know what you're reselling. And I used to do reselling. It's just with China like that, I'm always afraid. I over bubble wrap because I'm afraid it's going to get to my person and it'll be broken. It's the same thing with these are all Ray Dunn mugs, which I never said I was going to collect. And then somehow I ended up collecting because I was like, oh, yeah, like I need to know that that's coffee. Of course it's coffee. But then some of the little phrases, like I got my dad a mug. I have his mug. My mom's mug disappeared from when they were up in PA. Like I would bring them gifts and things and I got them, mom and dad mug. But like these, like sentiments, like, oh, yeah, I want to be well. So I would just pick that up. Now I don't so much pick up anything like this or, I've got dinnerware. Got also that's the thing too is like I want to know what dinnerware I can use every day rather than just saving it because we've eaten on our china that we got for our wedding maybe 20 times in 28 years of marriage because it was for holidays. It was for special occasions. Well, I'd like to find out how safe. No, please don't play with your popcorn like that. Do not do that. He's making confetti out of it. God help me. God save the queen. Me, the queen of the house. I'd like to find out what is absolutely safe and then use it and do away with the stacks of dinnerware that we consider like casual. Hey, growing joyfully, welcome in. We're just having like a chit chat. It's a wiped out Wednesday from the heat and from just life in general. Hold on. I just sat on my 1970s heating pad that seems to be better than my newer one. I am wiped out this week because I had pulled out my hip flexor, which then pulled out my sciatic nerve and caused some issues. Thank you for coming in. It's really kind of a slow Wednesday, but I had good news. I was sharing with everybody that I did get to my 3,000 hours. I even was over by 50. We just did a little show and tell. I showed my great grandmother's depression glass, and we were just talking about Pyrex and everything. Like I have some Pyrex that I don't know what to do with because it's original Pyrex, but it's the lead based colors that are on the outside. But I was saying to Sarah, maybe that's why I'm forgetful because my mom used the Pyrex like that growing up, and here it is. We find out that the glazes all had like lead and stuff. And they do have the lead kits. I kind of would like to get a lead kit just to double check it, but from what I've seen online, um, a lot of people have tested it, and even the patterns that are in colors in the outside test as positive for lead. And I don't want to be, touching the outside of the bowl and it gets somehow into what I'm making. But it's sad because I long for that nostalgia of let me make, cookies in a similar bowl that my mom used. And I have her like cookie sheets, the stainless steel cookie sheets that she had. I have one of those, which I'm grateful for. So I can at least use that and make like Christmas cookies on that, even though I can't eat them. Everybody else can. But yeah, I don't even know. It just went there. How that? Oh, because I was talking about the table. Like everybody can feel good because I have, my table half full too of stuff. Like we all have our little areas that it seems the stuff seems to pile up. Even though I have done the, Marie Kondo and asked if I really loved the thing and, done that. After I did that with my own home, thank God I did, and I got maybe a quarter of the way through because it takes a lot of time to, decide if you really, really love something. Um, when you're me, because I'm aesthetic and, I can't even choose a favorite color. It's like, why do you hate me? Why do you want me to choose a favorite color? That's very hard. I love all colors, like really, at one point or another, except for that baby poop color. But even that, like it works in, camouflage. Might be somebody's favorite color. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to sort my home. What is going to be valuable to my daughter because she's the one who's going to inherit stuff, and then I'll ask our other daughter. Um, she's my stepdaughter, and she's got plenty of stuff coming from her mother, her biological mother's side, if she wants any of the things. But yeah, they're the oldest children, so they're the overachievers, so they don't really need anything kind of thing. So I want to give it to the kids that'll really enjoy it. Malachi is still at the point where he might destroy it and not necessarily understand so much about the connection to his grandparents through those things. So yeah, that's where it all started, just talking about the half full table. Even on that table, there is, I don't know if you guys have seen them. Back in the day, they used to have the cast aluminum ware, and I won't cook on aluminum. I put parchment paper in between even my aluminum. Like if I have to use aluminum foil, that does not touch my food. I put parchment in between my food and aluminum because of having Alzheimer's in the family. Yeah, my dad was raised on the farm, and I think they had a lot of aluminum. Plus, I heard too, like when they were growing up, they did arsenic in the chicken to fatten them up. Yeah, but every single one of his siblings ended up getting Alzheimer's. So we obviously have something genetic, but then there might have been something on that farm. And also too, they talk about now, like he was in the age of margarine when they switched from all natural butter to we're all using margarine now. Well, body doesn't know what that is. The body has no way to process that. And if you put it in the garage next to butter, the butter will rot and bring bugs. That'll just sit there and look like the plastic container it came in. Like a lot of us have learned that now. So I'm not really sure, other than I've heard heavy metals, aluminum's been implicated in it. They found it in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Um, so I try to stay away from it. But I have an aluminum, it's like a fruit dish, and it's got like twisted work. And then the main part is glass. I don't put food on it necessarily anymore, but like I'll leave it as a centerpiece. Yeah, a total way to shorten your life, right? How did they think that that was like who told them first like this was like the way to go? Like, oh yeah, this works. Just use, arsenic. And then how did they know how much to use? How many chickens can you eat with arsenic in it before you're getting sick? Like, or does the chicken's body process it? Like, how does the chicken not die? I don't get that. But yes, they used to use arsenic to fatten it up. It's the crazy things that they used to do. That's the same thing with just all the lead that was in everything. Even back in the day, like I look at stuff like from the Renaissance, and yeah, the paling out powder prior to that, I think it was even prior to the Renaissance. It was lead. You're painting lead on your face and your skin. Yeah, I went to stainless steel, and I make sure I don't cook in aluminum, and I don't even bake in aluminum. I separate it, like I said, with parchment. Same. Yeah, some men cannot process the iron out of their system. Yep. And women too, as we get older. I've seen videos on that. And I don't do cast iron either, Darth X. That's interesting that you said that. Magazine for us for a while too. I know, right? Oh, enjoy. Yeah, you got like it is amazing that our parents around all those poisons that were in like their food and their cookware and everything made it through as long as they did. But then they had like um the older people were getting senile. Like they used to call it just getting senile. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look that up, Sarah. Hmm. What is that? Is that what our name, like female, means? Or what am I missing? Chemistry. Yes. And that's the other thing too. It has to be the elemental iron, not the iron ore. Like that's a lot of the iron. That was so good, Sarah. Boy, that went right just like a bee person. You guys have some like really deep thoughts. Um, but yeah, that's awesome. Iron Man. We're Iron Man. Oh my gosh, wait till I drop that one on my husband. He's not going to catch it just like I did. And I'm going to have to bring out my bottle of iron if I still have that. Now my bottle of iron was that type. Um, and then now I have the desiccated freeze dried liver because I can't eat liver. Like I can eat just about anything, but liver I can't. Oh, I never had to do that because I tried to avoid that class because it involved things like algebra along with it, and algebra and science together for my artsy fartsy brain. Yeah, I didn't get the Leonardo gene, so that wasn't happening. I had biology, and we were allowed to choose. It was like, I think, earth science, biology, and then one of them was elective. And I don't know if it was 3 years of science back then. Can't remember another science that we could take. But I took marine bio. because I knew that we get to go down to, we have a place called Gumbo Limbo here where they take care of sea turtles that are injured now and everything. Back then it wasn't as cool, but you got to go on a deep sea fishing trip or Gumbo Limbo or both. And I was like, yeah, I'm going marine biology because we get to go on trips. That was high school, Carol. You speak nerd geek. That's a cool thing to speak. We just didn't know it back then. A lot of us didn't realize like that was the way to go. Yeah, I find that too. Well, guys, it's 3:55 here, and I know probably a lot of you that's going to be 4 o'clock real soon. Anything else that is going on with you today? And then I'm probably going to say our Southern goodbyes, as they say, and I would see you on Friday, hopefully, Fibro Friday, or what we call Feeling Fabulous Friday. Please don't do that. Mommy's almost done. Been so good. Thank you. Oh, you drank all that? Yeah. He's had all like two of those and a thing of milk. So, I'm glad. Yeah, I enjoyed the visit with you guys too. And that's, just what I thought it would be today because I think we are all kind of wiped out from this weather. This heat is just, I'm hoping I heard something about a random cold front. So I hope we get that. I hope some of, the people getting our weather get to cool off a bit because it's just super, super hot. Um, but yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, Art, what's up? Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I would love rain. Yeah, Starthax. I would love some rain. That's for sure. We need it badly out here. No, you did great, Tuck. What are you talking about? You participated. Thank you, Resilient Dad, for popping in. We're just getting ready to say our Southern goodbyes. I just wanted to see if anybody else had any news. I made my 3,000 hours hard. So I'm going to go in and, wish Swoop a happy birthday tomorrow. And also, that's my birthday present. Yay! Hey, you guys helped me get monetized. Thank you. Now I just got to do all the things. I got to set up all the stuff. I'm not good at that. I need a Sarah brain for that to help me out with all those things. I'm not good at that. I got to go, do that whole AdSense account, which my daughter made fun of me when I told her I wanted to try. She's like, "You do realize it is cents. It's named AdSense." I'm like, "Yeah, but SEN." She's like, "Yeah, but they really meant CENTS." So, anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I will be on at 2:30 on Friday during the day, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And then I am on late night Friday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, which is like an 18 and over crowd. It's not like super bad 18 and over wild times crowd like that, but everybody's welcome and we shouldn't have any kids around popping in. We've been 100. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what Tuck not Tuck Tuck's near me. That is what Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness has been showing in his car, like 103, 104, crazy temperatures. I feel so like bad for people in that weather because I know how in just, you know, near the 90s how long it takes to cool off the car. And then for people who don't have AC and they're in that weather and all that heat is like getting them from the outside and also off the car's stuff on the inside. Oh, they're baking, man. Gotta pray for people out there because yeah, heat exhaustion and stroke is real and I don't think they're reporting on it. I haven't been hearing what you should be hearing with the weather that's been happening. But anyway, everyone have a blessed day. Hopefully, I'll see you on Friday or sooner around the YouTube streets. If I don't catch you on Friday, please catch me over on Marine, the Diva in the Dirt, Marine Washington's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern. Would love to see you there. And then 9:30 p.m. I usually hang around Eastern on Sunday with Barry. And sometimes I'll slip into swoops after Divas, and that's on Saturday night. So, oh, Barry's is Storms, Radios, and Cats. Sorry. I've known him for like 5 years now. And so just Barry comes out. Have a great one. God bless you. And thank you for hanging out with me today on Wiped Out Wednesday. Have a good one. Bye. Almost hit the wrong button.